Jordan, the brutal cold temperatures headed our way may have you worried about keeping warm. Meteorologist Dan Grigsby takes a closer look at our power grid.
With cold temps just a few days away, this brings back memories to a lot of people who had to endure the great freeze of 21. However, as we've been saying, this freeze does not appear to have nearly as much significance due to the lack of precipitation and the fact that temperatures should be warmer. This time around, ERCOT is saying that the power supply looks good and the grid conditions are expected to be normal during this event.
At this point, we do expect the ERCOT grid to be normal conditions throughout this weather event. There's not an expectation of an energy emergency, and we are not calling for conservation at this point in time.
The state of the electric grid looks much better than it did in 2021, but with cold temperatures on the way, there's still a need for concern. As a precautionary measure, and because conditions are subject to change, ERCOT has issued a weather watch for Monday, January 15th through Wednesday, January 17th. A weather watch is an advanced warning of a weather event that has the potential to induce higher than normal electricity demand. During Winter Storm Uri back in 2021, not only was demand exceptionally high, the electricity supply fell due to wind and solar not performing as well in the extreme cold and ice. This shouldn't, however, be as big of a concern this time around.
Because this is not a heavy precipitation weather event, we expect the wind performance to remain strong throughout the next several days. As the governor pointed out, Tuesday into Tuesday night, that's where we see a little ebbing in the wind, but it's not any issue with freezing that we expect. We expect it more just to be traditional kind of wind flows. And then on the solar front, it's cloudy on Monday is what we're forecasting, but good performance on Tuesday and Wednesday, so we expect to have strong solar performance those days. So we do expect the renewable fleet to be a core component of delivering power throughout this event.
Although we can't control what Mother Nature decides to bring us, we can control our preparedness for abnormal weather. After Winter Storm Uri, Texas has taken extensive measures to winterize our electric grid.
We have been working with generators as well as transmission operators to schedule the maintenance on their system in between the very hot summer that we completed this summer all the way to this winter event. They've been taking their outages and doing maintenance on their power facilities to make sure that they're ready to perform during a tight weather event like this. And the fleet looks like it's in good condition. In addition, the fuel supplies look solid across the board from coal piles to the gas supply. We expect there to be adequate fuel to meet the needs of Texans throughout this entire event as well, so fuel shouldn't be an issue. And I want to, again, reinforce we're using every tool in our toolbox, the conservative operations, making sure we bring on units earlier if we need to in order to make sure we've got enough power to meet demand. We're going to be using all of those techniques throughout this weather event.
Our state government, including Governor Abbott himself, have stated that they are confident that we are better prepared for this cold event.
We're much more prepared for this than we were for Winter Storm Uri.
Now, if your power does happen to go out, there's a good chance that it's a local outage, and that would fall within the responsibility of your local utility company, so that's who you should contact. As stated, widespread outages are not expected at this time. However, with the weather forecast always being subject to change, stay tuned for any updates to the state of our electric grid.